Yo, so what's going on, Battlefielders? It is Pwn, and we have another one of these dissecting my gameplays. Basically, it's the idea, the concept of getting into my mind, getting into my pants, and just understanding exactly what makes me tick and what I do during this game. Now, as you guys can tell right now, I'm hobbling along, getting my hop on right now, and you guys may be like, dude, why are you so hyper, why are you so spastic? One thing you may not know is jumping actually allows you to get across the map a little bit quicker. You guys are like, Pwn, you're jerking my stick right now. You wish I was. You probably do, but that's one little tip I can give you right now. So what I'm doing right now is trying to do the best I can to do something. This is one of the tactics that I like to use. I don't see anyone else do it. So I felt like giving you guys this map first and trying to teach you a little bit about my ideas and how I play this map and my tactics for it, because I think it's actually kind of unique. So in the meantime, as I take out this spawn beacon, I want to tell you that I have kind of a mixture. Oh, Mr. Pilot, where you at, bro? I have a kind of a mixture of what I like to do on this map. I rotate between Recon and LMG. Recon and support. That's what I like to do. But anyways, before we get into this, if you guys have not checked out the other one, there was one more that I did before this, and it was on Grand Bazaar. It's basically getting into my mind how I rush and I get really aggressive. I think the next one will be Sin Crossing, just so you guys know. But anyways, this is a mistake I made right now. I still had my SOFLAM on from earlier instead of my motion sensor, which really kind of makes us vulnerable. If you can't ever get to this point as a recon to put a beacon up here where you have all this cover, all of the objectives are covered from this standpoint, and it really does give you something. If anything, it's going to be a distraction. You're going to take 5 of them to run up the stairs to try to come get you. And if you have the motion sensor, it lets everyone know that on this side of their spawn, it leaves them fully vulnerable, and you know where they're coming from. So it's a great idea to put a motion sensor up here and a spawn beacon, because it's a really good thing on attackers to take advantage and take control of the map. So while we're moving on through here on Rush, what I want to talk to you guys about is what I'm using. I'm using the SV98, and I do believe it's the MG36 that I'm using on the other half of this map. And there's one of the biggest things that I think that people do not, I guess, fully utilize, is the fact that there are so many easy rushes on this map, so many great cover points, advantage points when you're rushing. Like this one right here, yeah, you're slightly out of zone, but I don't see enough people doing this, because if you could do it properly, you can have almost full cover while running all the way down to their spawn. If you stay hopping on those rocks, ride it all the way down. Now, I take a shortcut by hopping right here, because my main goal is getting a spawn beacon right here, having full cover. Sit down, Mr. Guy, I'm doing a commentary. And I like to get a spawn beacon down here, because that's part of my tactic. What I do is I leave a spawn beacon, therefore my teammates can come in. It gives you the availability to come in from the air. Therefore, there's not going to be too much attention on you. You can surprise backdoor guys. Or what I like to do, why I like to use support, is I actually come in and I drop bombs on these guys. I come in, I pull out my C4, and I just stop. I really do. I just drop little bunny turds right all over them, and I pull the trigger right before I land, hopefully get a few of them, and that's what I like to do. I like to take advantage of that opportunity, and it's one thing you'll get to see in this actual gameplay, exactly what I'm talking about. So right here is a key death. I go ahead and die by this little hole in the wall, and yes, I kind of turned my back to him and just gave him the shrug. But one thing that I did learn is they came through, and they actually decided to defuse through the wall. So their tactics are stay primarily around A, leave B completely vulnerable, because if you need to, you can just pop through the little peephole and get done what you need to get done. Now right here is the tactic that you guys saw firsthand. I put down the spawn beacon, and I come in here with one strong strength, one strong push with the support, which gives me the ability to have the C4 across the landing, as well as blowing their vehicle up. Dude, I just returned to Cinder, bro. And I noticed that they had our vehicle, which is not ever a good sign, but I did what I could. One good reason why the C4 actually paid off. Try to use the dead Humvee as cover, and in a way sound whore the objective. So if they're going to come over and peek through that left area right there, I'm going to be able to take advantage of them. By the way, if you are on defense, this is a very smart move. I was kind of getting tossed off by my teammate. We were kind of body bumping there, getting our grind on. You know how I do. And it was kind of throwing the feel of things off, so I was not lining up properly. I messed my shots up. And they were able to defuse, so here we are yet again. I'm going to come back here behind this dumpster where you were probably born, JK, bro. And I'm going to put down my beacon, because it's far out of the range. The odds of them making it all the way over there behind that thing are very unlikely, so it's a great place for a spawn beacon, and I can always warp in, strafe left, and end up landing over there by the A objective, which is always a good thing. But one more cool thing that they were able to do is they were able to take this building down. Now, the one thing that people tend to forget about this map is, you know, I guess to an extent, engineer is so-so. It's a here and there thing. But if you're able to take down a building in any map or a significant wall near an objective, that's always something that you should do, because it's very undervalued. And much as the Recon class in this. Now, this is the perfect example where I put this little blanket, this little wall of C4 down here. and hold that, bro. And I just cleared it off. I just took out both guys in that doorway, trying to put it down. Got Mr. Guy in the spawn. Ended up dying, but I ended up saving the objective. Now, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That's one of the values of having the advantage to fly from the sky, drop bombs on the guys, and they have nothing to do about it. I do get dropped a few times, but I get patty cake. Thank God that the medics were doing their job. And this game was just one of those games that worked together. Now, if you've made it this far, which is obviously an essential thing for Recon, the most undervalued thing, there are a lot of people that stay on the rocks and snipe. And one of the biggest issues on this map, obviously in the first two sets of MCOMs, are people find it very difficult to get down to the actual objectives because most people just funnel down the mountain and get picked off on the way. So unless you got some sort of, volleyball teenage period sync up where you all just happen to flood the gates at the same time, the likelihood of you guys actually breaching the wall is very, very slim. So even if you try to put your spawn beacon up halfway up the mountain, or even if it's right down there by the wall, you'll be able to parachute in. If worst case scenario is your distraction, everybody's looking up at the sky and like, who's that? Is it a bird, a plane? That's fucking Pwn Star, bro. And that's one great undervalued tactic on this map, and it's essential. It's very, very essential to success. I mean, it's such a great tip, it's such a great thing, and there's so many people that play Recon on this map. None of them actually play it and try to do everything that is given to them. You have so many things that you can use as a Recon. You've got your mobile spawn point. You've got your beacon. You got so many things that give you such an advantage, and not enough people utilize what's at their disposal. So if you guys can, try to give this a go. I mean, whether or not you're using Recon half the game, trying to use M16A3, whatever you want to use, assault loadout, do what you can. Another great thing right now, and this is one great moment that I wish I would have had Recon, is exactly where he's planted this is one of the best and most undervisited areas in the map. If you can get a spawn beacon in there, you could take over A. Now, a lot of people are like, hey, Pwn, why'd you waste that helicopter? It got shot down, not much I could do. Helicopters are not bad in this area, but the major downfall of people in the helicopters in this, they usually have about 2 helicopters flying in the air, and that's usually eating up 4 or 5 of your guys that could be on the ground planning the objective. And by the time they actually get in the building, this building right here, which is very easy to get into, actually, by the time you actually get into that area, most of the enemy team can scream in and just stream right into this area. So helicopters are probably not the smartest thing to use in this map. Like I said, after this point, after the first 2 set of MCOMs, you definitely want to keep it to the ground. Try to do what you can. And obviously from this route out, Recon is really not too essential unless you plan on flanking them. And that's exactly what you're going to see in this gameplay right here. The perfect example, my horrible flying, paying off, doing exactly what I want. Now, this is a nice little area. People don't understand that there are so many easy, simple areas of cover where you can fully, completely, and shield yourself, but also cover an objective. Right there where I went prone behind that little center block wall was a great area. People run by, they can't even see you. Anybody goes into the actual objective, you can shoot at them, shoot through it, do whatever you need to do, just straight plow the guys. And, it's just one of the things that you got to pay attention to. Like I said, it's a great thing to switch up. If you can't do Recon here and there, I would suggest either using Assault Medic or Support. Engineer's not too bad, but it's not a heavy Engineer map. Usually until this point right here. I mean, it's not half bad. You usually need 1 or 2 Engineers to do what's necessary, especially in this area when you could just use the Abrams and take anything else down. It's basically a position thing. You don't want to funnel into the hallways right here. You want to put a couple people in each hallway to make it relevant, to make it important, so people actually, go to it. So, they're just not able to run straight down and flank you guys. So you need to have activity in both the left and right tunnel. But the main area that you need to hit and hit hard is you need to control the central area. And if you can possibly get somebody that knows what they're doing and can actually fly, not Pwn Star, and get behind them and sneak in the back door, it's a very, very nice thing, and most people like to do it. So basically I'd encourage it. I'm not really a good pilot. I run in here. I just try to get a little bit of momentum. I know I'm not good, so I just try to do what I can. I just hammer it straight in here, make a run for it. And this is where the Recon thing happens to take a very, very great advantage. This can change the game and guarantee these last 2 objective points if you do it properly. Ran through, got out of the dead zone, come in here, go over here, plant my little beacon, take advantage. Now, most of these guys are probably in the tunnels, like I said, or one of the hallways. And at this point, I managed to get this nice little double kill. They've done the smart thing by taking out the walls right here. Like I said, it's a great thing. Now, this MCOM is fully vulnerable. These guys know what they're doing, and I'm just trying my best to take advantage of what's going on. And obviously, a sniper is not great right here. Like I said, it's great for a spawn beacon. It's great to get your team in here. If you can stay alive, it's amazing. But it's not the wisest thing in the world. Like I said, never use Recon in these tunnels unless you absolutely have to. If you're trying to put a nice spawn beacon up and you're trying to suppress either from one of the entry holes, oh, that came out dirty. So that's about my tip for you guys. My favorite way to play this map is alternate between Recon and support, mainly for the C4 reason, the suppression, the amount of bullets. Those are probably my favorite two ways to play this map. And I do this literally, like, unless I'm going for a certain gameplay with a certain gun, this is exactly how I play the map on a pub game. I may not be the way to do it, may not be a strategic way to do it in a competitive game setting, but this is how I do it. I love to get in here. I like to do what I can. And it really, really does help the team. There was nobody else putting up spawn beacons on our team. So I really, really did a key job with my role as Recon. You could always switch up a different gun as well. If you wanted to keep rocking out Recon and using a, something like the UMP, an all-kit weapon, it's not a bad idea. The Asphalt, even the SKS right now, is not a bad choice in that situation. But again, like I said, the C4 is very, very useful, especially in that second set of MCOMs. So right now, my whole idea is to suppress these guys, keep the beacon up, keep them doing whatever I can, suppress them, try to kill them, try to be a distraction, because at this point, I'm not going to be able to do too much with the Recon thing. What I can do is pull the attention, put the scope up there, glare in their eyes, intimidate them, suppress them, maybe do a little damage to them. So that's what I am right now, is I'm basically just this little tool to help my team out. Never be afraid to help the team out, because without teamwork, you're not going to win. That's how Battlefield is. So thanks for watching, guys. Please remember to like and favorite. It really helps out for all the effort put into the video. Thanks for watching, guys. Look forward to the next one. Peace. Get it.